Welcome to Have You Read It? The channel where we bring books to life, one summary at a time. Today, we're going to be summarizing Exercised: Why Something We Never Evolved to Do is Healthy and Rewarding by Daniel E. Lieberman. This book challenges our modern assumptions about exercise, arguing that it's a relatively recent behavior, not an innate need. Lieberman uses evolutionary biology and anthropology to explore how and why we move, rest, and the implications for our health. Exercised is valuable because it helps us understand our complex relationship with physical activity, offering insights into how we can exercise more effectively and enjoyably. It dispels myths, reduces anxiety, and promotes a more balanced and informed approach to fitness. Let's dive into the book. Lieberman begins by discussing the paradox of exercise. It's both good for us and abnormal. He illustrates this with anecdotes from the Ironman World Championship in Kona and his research with the Tarahumara Native Americans in Mexico, who are renowned for their long-distance running capabilities. He questions the myth of the athletic savage, suggesting that the Tarahumara's fitness comes from their daily physical labor, not from some innate superiority. The author challenges the notion that we are born to exercise. He explains that exercise, as a voluntary activity for health and fitness, is a recent invention. Our hunter-gatherer ancestors were physically active out of necessity, not choice. They moved to find food, build shelters, and escape danger. Lieberman points out that these activities were often sporadic and intense, rather than the consistent, moderate exercise we're often advised to do today. Lieberman argues that humans are naturally indolent, meaning we are inclined to avoid unnecessary exertion. This is an evolved trait to conserve energy. He cites studies of hunter-gatherers like the Hadza, who, despite being more active than the average Westerner, spend a significant amount of time resting. He also points out how our bodies are built to be energy efficient, constantly making trade-offs between activity and rest. The discussion then shifts to the dangers of inactivity, specifically sitting. He questions the claim that sitting is the new smoking, arguing that sitting itself isn't the problem, but rather the lack of movement. He explains that prolonged sitting can lead to various health issues, such as increased blood sugar levels and inflammation. However, Lieberman also notes that humans have always sat, and it's a natural part of our behavior. The key is to avoid prolonged, uninterrupted sitting and to incorporate regular movement into our daily routines. Lieberman emphasizes the importance of understanding the trade-offs our bodies make between activity and rest. He explains that energy is a limited resource, and our bodies are constantly allocating it between different functions, such as growth, maintenance, activity, and reproduction. When energy is scarce, our bodies prioritize survival and reproduction, often at the expense of physical activity. The importance of sleep is also examined, challenging the myth that everyone needs 8 hours of sleep per night. He notes that sleep patterns vary widely across cultures and individuals, and that there's no one-size-fits-all approach. Lieberman also explores the role of stress in thwarting rest, explaining how chronic stress can disrupt our sleep patterns and negatively impact our health. The book challenges the idea that we evolved to be extremely strong. While strength was undoubtedly important for our ancestors, Lieberman argues that it wasn't necessarily about extreme brawn. Instead, it was about having the right balance of strength, endurance, and skill to survive and thrive in their environment. He contrasts our physical abilities with those of other animals, highlighting that humans are relatively slow and weak compared to many species. The influence of fighting and sports on human evolution is explored. While humans are less physically imposing than many other animals, we have developed unique skills, such as throwing, that have given us an edge in combat and hunting. Lieberman also discusses the role of sports in human societies, suggesting that they serve as a way to channel our competitive instincts and develop valuable physical and social skills. Later, the focus turns to the importance of endurance, particularly walking. Humans are exceptionally good at endurance activities. Our ability to walk long distances efficiently allowed our ancestors to explore new territories, hunt prey, and gather resources. Lieberman dispels the myth that you can't lose weight by walking, emphasizing that regular walking, combined with a healthy diet, can be an effective way to manage your weight and improve your overall health. Lieberman introduces the active grandparent hypothesis, suggesting that humans evolved to remain physically active throughout their lives to support their families and communities. This challenges the modern notion that it's normal to become less active as we age. He emphasizes the importance of finding ways to stay active and engaged in meaningful activities as we grow older. The book advocates for rethinking exercise in the modern world. He encourages readers to find activities that they enjoy and that fit into their lifestyles, rather than forcing themselves to adhere to rigid workout routines. He stresses the importance of making exercise a part of our daily lives, rather than something we do occasionally to compensate for our sedentary habits. Lieberman emphasizes the importance of understanding our bodies and how they evolved to move. He encourages us to question conventional wisdom about exercise and to find joy and meaning in physical activity. Ultimately, he argues that by embracing our evolutionary past, we can create a healthier and more fulfilling future. Here are some key takeaways from Exercise by Daniel E. Lieberman. Exercise is a modern anomaly. The concept of planned, voluntary exercise for health is recent. Our ancestors moved out of necessity, not for fitness. We didn't evolve to exercise. Our bodies are designed to conserve energy. Overcoming this instinct requires understanding and motivation. Inactivity has its place. Rest and relaxation are vital for recovery and energy conservation. Avoid guilt about not constantly being active. Sitting isn't the enemy, it's prolonged, uninterrupted sitting that poses health risks. Break it up with movement. Movement matters most. Focus on incorporating more physical activity into your daily life in ways you enjoy. Extreme exercise isn't necessary, moderate. Consistent activity provides significant health benefits without the risks of overexertion. Listen to your body. Pay attention to your body signals and adjust your activity levels accordingly. Find joy in movement. Choose activities that you find fulfilling and sustainable in the long term. Social activity boosts motivation. Exercising with others can increase adherence and enjoyment. Small changes can make a big difference. Simple practices like taking the stairs or walking during breaks can accumulate significant benefits. In conclusion, exercise encourages a shift in perspective, urging us to question conventional wisdom about exercise and to find joy and meaning in movement. By understanding our evolutionary past, we can create a healthier and more fulfilling future, free from guilt, confusion, and the endless pursuit of unattainable fitness ideals. It reminds us that moving our bodies in ways that resonate with our individual preferences and needs is the key to unlocking the benefits of physical activity. Thanks for watching. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you never miss our next book dive.